Hello and welcome to another video of biohackmyillness.com. This is another blood work update, and in this update I'll be reviewing the blood work from January. So this is going to be essentially January the 5th, 2022. I'm sorry, and I'll be comparing the results with the previous quarter that is also published here in the channel. So let's first take a look at the hemogram. It's pretty much okay. So I do have okay RBCs. They are slightly lower than last time, but they are always around 5, which is the optimal. It's really the optimal range for me. I have been using DHEA, and it does increase RBCs. And I've been using 12.5 milligrams daily to support my adrenals, and it doesn't seem to be a problem. It doesn't go overboard, and this is in my book, this is optimal. Also, as far as the rest, I was able to lower my RDW. I've been running a lot of quercetin and some anti-inflammatories, and I think that's the main reason. But this just fluctuates a lot. So it can go from 12.5 to 13.5 to 12.5 to 13.5. And ideally, it should be below this, like it should be below 12. And I know that this is only going to be fixed when I fix my gut entirely, which is the major problem that I have, that I'm up against right now. Other than that, the this parameter is slightly elevated, not crazy elevated, but a little bit elevated, and probably not much significance, but it is the highest of all time since 2018. The rest is pretty much fine. I'm happy with my RBCs, with my red blood cells in general. I think that they are fine. Now, I did test very low on white blood cells, and I believe that this is due to killing parasites. But I've had low results like this in the past. In 2018, I had that, and it just bounces back to normal at some point. I think it is because I'm killing parasites, or I've been killing parasites this quarter. I'm not sure. This is something that I have to keep an eye on, because I've been doing cat's claw and stuff to boost my immune system, so it shouldn't be this low. But again, killing parasites may be a reason for this. The rest of my white blood cells is still not fine, and in particular, the neutrophils over lymphocytes should be around 3, and it's still very low. This indicates some chronic infection, chronic infection of some kind. I believe it's SIBO, and the next semester, so 2 quarters from now, I'll be turning my attention to SIBO and other gut infections, and I hope to resolve all of these markers, or at least mitigate them for the time being, and then at some point fix them entirely. Platelets are fine. This means that my rebounding is yielding results. So right now, what I have to do is really to keep boosting my immune system. This will include more herbs, but work heavily on the emotional, mental, spiritual side of things. So I recently learned, the more research I do about this, the more convinced I am that I must allocate at least 1 to 2 hours every single day to work on my emotions, on my mental and spiritual health. And this will be, according to my research, fundamental for me to recover my gut And I'm really, really looking forward to doing that. And hopefully that will, I think that fixing my gut and fixing my traumas and fixing my emotional, mental health is going to translate into a much more robust, strong, in a much stronger immune system. Okay, so that's my take. Iron panel, it's good. Not much changed since last time. I think that doing a lot of, or having been done a lot of beats is actually the reason for my iron panel to have a significant improve compared to last year. 2021 was not great. 2020 was not great. It is slowly moving into the right direction in my book. I would like to have T set over 40. That would mean that I could probably do a T3 trial. Sorry, loads of T's here, and I'm so very looking forward to doing that. Okay, minerals and metals. This just shows that I'm very, so as far as iron, I'll also write the quote unquote prescription here. Keep eating beets, although I'll have to lower the amount, but that's because of a different reason. That's because of FODMAPs. I will lower my FODMAPs because I'll be going after SIBO and my research. I'll do an entire video on, I'll do probably a SIBO webinar for the channel. I've been doing so intense research around SIBO, and this is really something that I need to fix. Otherwise, I will not be able to, keep my, or make my gut healthy. By the way, the last quarter, I talked about a few things that I needed to do. White blood cells, look at the results after addressing parasites. I thought that it was actually going to be better, the marker. It went worse. And parasites for some people may take years, so, or many, many months at least. So yeah, I'll write it here. Just so you know, and I think that this is really valuable information if you try the same things. I'm not a doctor, please do not follow this information as far as doing stuff, but at least this is like educational stuff, so you know what happened with me, and perhaps that will give you an insight on things. So say that you and your doctor decide to address parasites, and you see that your white blood cells went down as you're addressing them. You will also know that happened with me as well. So I think that this is valuable information. White blood cells went down. My research says that this could happen. They will bounce back up once parasites are all taken care of. This is what my research says. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm just showing my own research, so please take this with that in mind, right? Then, apparently I'll have to show you this, like so. Was not showing the full screen, I'm sorry. Keep rebounding every day, been doing so. Good platelet count. I will also keep rebounding, so keep rebounding every day. And now I'm targeting at least 1,000 jumps a day, which is roughly 10 minutes for me. Iron, keep on top of the red meat and beets. Increase vitamin C, done. Good results. Oh, by the way, I've also increased my red meat. I've also increased liver, beef, and I think it's producing results as far as iron. It's not quite significant yet, so there's the chance that next semester I'll have to have a proper, I'll have to assess how things are and take it from there. But the prescription is the very same thing. Keep on top of all of this, and I'll be doing that. Even though the thing is that I'll have to decrease, like I wrote here, beats every meal must be decreased a little bit so that I don't FODMAP too much, if you will. Zinc, I did this, the 10 milligrams, and my blood work just shows that I'm extremely sensitive to zinc supplementation, right? So I did about 10 to 20 milligrams. I mean, some days I went overboard, and all of a sudden it just spikes up. It's close to the upper range. I think it's still fine. So this is my optimal amount. Zinc L-carnosine between 10 and 20 milligrams, not more than that, okay? Because this quarter, zinc just went up close to higher end of the range. So it's still fine. Okay, still fine to do zinc. Still fine to do zinc at this amount. Methylation, here's what I've done. I've started, I didn't start it yet. And methylation, as we'll see, it's still very bad. I'll show this. Minerals, liver, yeah. I'll go through the blood work and show this. Okay, sodium is fine, potassium is fine. I did supplement with a lot of potassium, and it's not really fine yet, but it's better. So keep doing potassium with every meal. I just sprinkle it on my food, to be honest, and I think that's a good supplementation. Selenium is fine on blood. Lithium is fine because we should have it like so. I will be doing an HTMA analysis, and I've got a mineral balancing coach now, and I'll be posting that on the channel. So keep in mind that blood work is not really optimal to assess minerals and metals. So take this with a pinch of salt. Vitamins and methylation. B12 is actually low. It's not really low, but it's lower than I would like it to be. There's many things that can contribute to that. Leaky gut, vitamin B12 consumption, parasites. There's the thyroid. There's a lot that the B12 suffers from. So increase B12 supplementation. I think that this is really important for me now with a B complex that I started right after I took the blood work, right? So I've already started this. Next quarter, we'll be able to see the results from that. Didn't measure B6 and B9. They're probably low, not really low, like not dangerously low. Fibrinogen, which is a B12 antagonist, is okay. So it means that my B12 itself is not really low, but I would like it to be higher, to be honest. And I'm very sensitive to, or at least I'm sensitive to B12 supplementation. In the past, it was very high. So I'll just keep doing it, but this time around in the form of a B complex, which I'll need for different reasons. Homocysteine is still really bad. It's the worst homocysteine marker that I've had in 4 years. And I'm really sorry, of course, that this is 22. Sorry about this. Just update the whole thing so that you guys don't get confused. So it's really the worst homocysteine level in a matter of 4 years now. This is really concerning to me. I need to do stuff to overcome this homocysteine. The problem is, last quarter, I did 1 gram of TMG, and this didn't fix it. So this time around, what I'll do is the following. Use half a gram of TMG because it's not really moving the needle, so there's no need to do 1 gram. But I think that half a gram is still good for me. Initiate a B complex and increase methylfolate. This is stuff that I'll do this quarter. Okay. I really need to bring my homocysteine down. I would like to have it be below 7. I think that while I'm dealing with low thyroid and leaky gut and gut infections, it will be very hard to fix it, but I cannot afford to have my homocysteine at this level for over a year. This is way too much. I need to do everything that I can to bring it down, even if it is through a Band-Aid, right? Vitamin D is low. This just proves one thing. In the winter, I need to do in the winter time, which means that this quarter will still be in the winter, this whole quarter. Increase vitamin D to around 10K a day. So I've been doing 5K a day with 200 micrograms of K2. Yeah, this is low. I would like to have it between 60 and 70. That's what my research points out as optimal. And yeah, vitamin E was not tested. Well, actually was. I'm just waiting for the results 1 month and more after. I'm still waiting for it. So yeah, my insulin resistance is optimal. Well, my hemoglobin could be a little bit high. Like, it should be around 3, but it seems that, I cannot leave the 5 mark for some reason. It has always been around the 5 mark for some reason for me. So there may be genetic factors playing a role here. I don't mind having it at 5%. Less than 5.5 seems, it's my target, so that's fine. Fasting insulin, this is really, really good for me. Sometimes I have it below range. I'm off of keto now. I do pumpkin and sweet potatoes for carbs, and still I'm having low insulin. And insulin is, very inflammatory, so I would like to have it like that. IGF-1 was not tested this time around. My home parameter is really good, so insulin resistance, nothing to say. I could perhaps, if need be, where I've got green light to increase carbs. Okay. Minerals and metals. As far as minerals, and I need so the results, these were okay. Keep at 20 drops of minerals twice a day plus potassium supplementation, right? Alrighty. So kidney panel is fine. I mean, it's not optimal, but I'm not really worried about my my kidney panel. It has, like, my creatine levels have always been a little bit high. I think it's due to protein consumption as well, which is really not low, but I don't have a problem with that. Cholesterol and lipid panel. So here's where I had a problem, last year, and I'm correcting this. Total cholesterol may be high for some standards. I don't think it's too much of a problem to have it this high, but HDL is higher, and I attribute this to a variety of things, including nuts. Nuts, I think, were fundamental for me to raise this, so I would like to keep doing nuts. In particular, I did a lot of almonds, but I cannot keep doing nuts. I did hazelnuts and almonds, and I've got a problem. Almonds. I've got a problem with this. Sadly, I cannot keep doing this. So perhaps my HDL levels will decrease. I gotta pay close attention to this. It is a major parameter. I would like to have my triglycerides over HDL below 2. It is high sometimes, but I cannot do nuts anymore. I think that the main reason, by the way, it's the HDL went up and triglycerides went down a little bit. And that reflected itself into a triglyceride over HDL ratio that is better. But I think it was the nuts. I'll remove nuts for now and see what happens next quarter. The reason why I can't do nuts is because of leaky gut. I really need to fix my gut. I cannot have nuts right now, and also FODMAPs. I need to fix my SIBO. And therefore, that's the next video, by the way. I'll do a webinar on SIBO and show you my entire research on it. And so almonds are high FODMAPs to some extent. And they also, they are very allergenic to the gut. I'll be doing an elimination diet. And so I'm pretty sure that I'll rule them out. Yeah. So I can do them. Electrolytes are fine, nothing to say. Bilirubins are fine. Liver panel. So again, my AST over ALT ratio is very bad. And this, to be honest, I thought that doing a lot of liver and coffee enemas would change this. It didn't, so it's still very bad. I don't know what to do anymore other than one thing, which is liver, do more coffee enemas and eat beets consistently. Plus, start doing castor oil packs regularly. I believe that this is going to change the game for me. Soon enough, I'll start doing daily castor oil packs, and I do hope that the liver gets a better chance. Also, increase TUDCA, some people say, to 2 grams a day, no fail. Right? I've been doing tons of TUDCA already. It didn't really boost my liver as far as the blood work is showing. And I really need to fix this. This is way too important, especially now that I'm going after infections. My liver must be functioning very, very well. Gamma GT, I stopped PQQ, but I'm taking a mercury chelator that apparently is very good at dealing with oxidative stress. And I'm very surprised to have this at 1. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but I'm very, very happy with this mark. It's marvelous. So yeah, not much to worry there. Lactic acid, yeah, I do need some more mitochondrial support and more thyroid support. I think that whatever I do for my mitochondria and my thyroid, until I fix my gut, is gonna be Band-Aids. And Band-Aids are fine. I'll actually start, I have a plan to do that. So I'll show you my full prescription afterwards, but increase mito and thyroid support, especially mito. Actually, just mito, because my thyroid support has been incredible. It didn't move the needle yet, but increased mito support. So I'll be doing PQQ 10 to 30 milligrams a day plus 200 to 300. This stuff is expensive, so I'll probably keep it at 200, I must say, of ubiquinol daily. Right? So this is what I'm going to do for my mito support. Of course, that the mitochondrial support is better assessed on a NOTE test, organic acids test, but the results are not in yet. I am testing I'm testing my whole gut. I'm doing a SIBO test. I'm testing my microbiome, and I'm doing a NOTE test. Very, very soon, I'll show the results of that. But I'm pretty sure that they are going to be congruent with this. DHEA S is fine. So this means that I can keep doing 12.5 milligrams of DHEA. 12.5 milligrams of DHEA daily. There's nothing in my blood work that really makes me think otherwise. Total testosterone is still good. Free testosterone is higher, even though not at the level I should have it. It should be at 20, so it should be the double. And here's what is surprising me to some extent. First off, it has been higher than last year. This is my highest marker of free testosterone. I think it's because my total testosterone is high, and because of DHEA, and I've been doing pregnenolone, 50 milligrams a day. I don't think that I should be doing pregnenolone just to optimize testosterone, but I'll keep doing it, every now and then. So not consistently, keep doing 50 milligrams of pregnenolone. Probably twice a week, not more than that. I don't really notice results from pregnenolone. My free testosterone may be higher, but I'm not even sure. Actually, you know what? I've just decided I will not do this quarter, and I'll assess. Assess free T levels next quarter and see what happens. I'm not sure pregnenolone is helping with this, and if it is not helping with free testosterone, then I would like to stop it, period, right? Estradiol, this is kind of curious. I've been doing, as I said, not sure, didn't mention, but I've been doing 50 milligrams of DIM in the supplement form. Apparently this is not enough, so I'll increase DIM to 50 milligrams twice a day. Nothing is indicating me that DIM is bad for me, so I'll just up it, right? Then the other markers are fine, except that sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG, is higher than it was supposed to. Perhaps DIM and pregnenolone are causing this, I'm not sure. But since I'll remove the pregnenolone and just have one variable, which is DIM being increased, I should have a better. Keep in mind that, most of these parameters fluctuate a lot anyways. So yeah, this may be just a fluctuate. So here in 3 months, I was able to have my SHBG last year. So, take all of this with a pinch of salt, right? Okay. So, gut infection, it's okay, it's not bad, this is not the problem. And now we start with one of the major problems. My thyroid panel went through the rack. For some reason, I was so happy with my thyroid panel last quarter that I thought it was going to be better. And this quarter, it just came out like this. Everything is bad. Everything is much worse. TSH is through the roof. Free T3, free T4, all very low. It's the first time that I've got total T3 below the range. This is actually concerning. This is really concerning. And the only thing I can see that is contributing to this, especially since last quarter, is me killing parasites and releasing tons of toxins. And since I've got leaky gut, in my opinion, the toxins are just creating a thyroid mess. I cannot fix my thyroid until I fix my leaky gut and my gut in general. And I've been running supplements for so long to heal my leaky gut without results that I now have to go. I decided that I really have to go after infections so that I heal the leaky gut, right? Reverse T3 still very high. This is really not sustainable. This is super, super high. What I need to do is kill infections. So this is the main focus of the next actually 9 months is dealing with infections and mold. Just keep detoxing as much as possible, but deal with infections, SIBO and parasites, but especially SIBO. Oh, and Candida, of course. But I think that SIBO is the main problem right now, so I'll be doing with that. Adrenals, not bad, not great, but not bad. My adrenals are probably not okay, but they are not, totally wrecked. Fortunately, my inflammation markers are still low. This is good. It means that somehow my body is being able to control, the leaky gut consequences and whatnot. And yeah, as far as the mito support carnitins, I didn't start it. So I didn't start it yet. We'll do next quarter. So this is something that I'll do. This quarter, just increase the carnitins. Try to up HDL and lower LDL. This was possible. I think that nuts were the reason. But I will stop them and see the results. I'll have to stop nuts anyways, right? I cannot afford to keep doing nuts while I'm trying to fix my gut. Keep on understanding why the total T's to free, the total testosterone to free testosterone is bad. This time around, it was actually much better for some reason. So I cannot make sense out of this yet. I will at some point, but right now I can't. As you can see, my free testosterone to total testosterone, percentage-wise, and I can show you this right here, right now. Percentage of free testosterone, which is this over this, right? Let's make it times 100. It's about 1%. I'll do data, format number percent, not like this. So I need really, yeah, this is so. It should be at least 2%, really. But it improved slightly. It's 1.6. It's actually the first time that I've had, it's the highest marker I've had in a very long time. By the way, this one and this one is not really reliable because at this point, in these tests, the ranges for testosterone are just different, so it doesn't make sense. But well, I think it does for this one, but not. Yeah, probably for both actually. Yeah, exactly. So 1.6 is the best marker I've had since 2019, but it's still low. Ideally, I would like to have this between 2 and 3%, but more importantly, free testosterone should be above 20. So I didn't understand yet, right? Can't still understand this. Then biohack the T3 to 4 conversion T4 to 3 to T3 conversion. I failed miserably actually, probably due to toxins from infections, parasites in particular. By the way, my thyroid clearly has a problem. I do reflexology and my reflexologist keeps telling me that my thyroid has been with some nodules, and I should look that up. I'm sorry. I haven't yet, because lately it has been better. I felt that this need to tackle gut infections in my mind. I mean, if I'm able to get rid of my gut infections, which is gonna be a monumental amount of work and a heck of a tough one, I reckon. I think that a lot of things will just go back to perfect all of a sudden. Reverse T3, energy levels, methylation, hormone conversion, all of that I really expect to be much better once I'm able to fix my gut. The reason why I'll go after infection is because I've been running gut healing supplements and a lot of things for over a year without being able to fix my gut. So now I know that infections are in the way and I need to get out of the way. So probably because of the gut and the liver to some extent. But this is a conclusion that was here. Well, this is my explanation right now, probably because of this, right? Biohack this conversion, which is fix the gut, trying to fix the gut, and keep on adaptogens and actually increase them. Increase adaptogens, right? So this is my recipe. I wouldn't call it prescription. It's my recipe for next quarter. This was the video on my blood work. There's gonna be 3 videos following up. The first one is my next quarters. I'll actually entirely focus on my health. I'm taking a sick leave from work. I am disconnecting a bit from life, and I'll be focusing on my gut and my gut health, detoxing mold. So I'm gonna do that, and I hope to have monumental results. So I'm calling this the cave time because I'll be alone for the most part, and I'll be doing a video very soon on it. Another video, a SIBO webinar. With all the research that I've put together and my plan to tackle SIBO and SIFO, by the way, and EMO. And if you're worried that this is gonna be another SIFO video, then forget about it. I've gone deep as far as SIBO and SIBO and bowels and candida and the microbiome, and I'm gonna tell you my conclusion, and this is going to be a new journey for me. I mean, the next 2 years, 24 months, I really hope to master everything in my gut, in my body actually. So I've been doing crazy research, doing loads of books and doing self-experimentation like crazy, and I'll keep doing that and showing that. By the way, if you want to support that, and now, especially now, since I'm taking a sick leave, please consider a donation. You can PayPal me. Even $1 will mean a lot. You can PayPal me at biohackingmyillness@gmail.com. That's my email address for PayPal, right? And then another video. So cave time, as I call it, quote unquote cave time. What I'm gonna do, SIBO webinar. And I'll be reviewing my tests, like I said, O test, SIBO, and gut test, and microbiome. So all of those tests, I'm share them with you and run them again to see how things are changing and what am I doing that is right and what I'm not doing that I should be doing. Okay, this is all in good health, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.